Hello, Internet, and welcome back to another episode of Can It Run on Steam Deck. My name is James, and today we're looking at a game that first caught my eye at the most recent Xbox showcase a few weeks ago, and the game is called Jusant. It is developed and published by Don't Nod, who did one of my favorite games, Life is Strange. And this game is a very different style of game to that game. You're not playing a high school teenage girl that has the power to rewind time. In this game, you're playing as a kid that, for some reason, enjoys climbing and has a purpose to climb and climb up and up. Seems to be a trend these days. There is a game that's been kind of gaining a lot of popularity, especially in like streaming and speedrun communities. I think it's called Going Up. I'll correct that if I'm wrong. Yeah, this game is, I could see kind of building on that because it has this mechanic of always moving up. We'll kind of get into that. One thing I'll say off the bat is this game will not boot unless you select the Proton experimental layer in the compatibility section of the game. I tried doing it default settings and it would not boot, so make sure experimental is on. That's just a general good rule of thumb if a game doesn't boot under normal settings. So yeah, let's hop in and take a look at the game and how well it performs, and we'll chat a little bit about it as we go, like we do over here. Yeah, I played through it earlier today. It took me about 40 minutes to complete the demo, and I was really impressed with what I played. It's like, I've never rock climbed myself, but this is probably, like, it feels very close to what a rock climbing experience would be. And we'll kind of get into that. Obviously, this game is under development, so performance here may change once we get to final release. With that said, I think there is some room for improvement. We're not going to be hitting a steady 60 in this game. I think 30 is kind of where you want to aim your expectations. So Jusant is a French maritime term qualifying a period of a low ocean tide. The story is pretty vague. Yeah, we don't get too much of a backstory here, but I think this will be one of those games that will kind of unravel as you play and discover more. Just the mood and the setting of the game just really speaks to me. There's something really relaxing about kind of navigating these areas and climbing. It's kind of hard to explain without playing it. The control scheme relies on kind of your left and right triggers. So each trigger kind of corresponds with a hand movement. So you'll kind of grip with each hand using each corresponding trigger. And it actually reminds me of, there was a game, it was kind of a very silly game, but it was called I Am Bread. And basically you controlled a piece of bread and each button corresponded to a corner of the bread. And you kind of got into this rhythm with movement where you're basically moving each kind of corner of the bread to maneuver it. And this is kind of similar in that respect with the hand motions, but obviously it feels a lot more natural because you know what it's like to kind of use both of your hands versus being a piece of bread that moves. Anyways, enough about bread. Let's kind of take a look at this. The art style is very simplistic, but there was honestly moments in this demo that kind of wowed me as you kind of get higher and higher in this demo. There's a few moments where it's like, wow, like I'm up really high, and you really get that sense, even though the visuals are very kind of cartoony and simplified. It plays really well. So we'll kind of get the settings out of the way with first. So you can set a frame limit cap. Again, I've played around with all of these settings, and unfortunately, I think you might be able to push it to 40, but I found locking it to 30 was kind of the best. There are some areas where you can crank the settings up, but again, for consistency, I found low was kind of the more consistent spot. And honestly, with all these settings turned low, I didn't really notice like a huge degrade in quality for this game. I actually played this docked to the TV in my bedroom, and at 720p at 30 frames per second, I felt like the art style kind of covers up any like low settings. So yeah, you kind of you alternate between your left and right trigger to grip, and you're kind of holding the trigger, and you kind of move each hand with the stick up and down, and it's weird how natural it just feels right off the bat. I think that's something that really impressed me right away. Was like how natural the movement just kind of felt. And this like tutorial area does a great job of kind of teaching you the ropes, pardon the pun. Yeah, it does a good job of kind of teaching you the basic mechanics right off the bat. I did notice there are some like graphical glitches with the text. I'm not too sure if that's like a stylistic choice or it's still easy to make out and read, so I don't know if that's just a glitch or what. I'm gonna try and power through this as quick as possible. But in my initial playthrough, I was really kind of taking my time, and I think it's one of those games that you do want to kind of spend your time kind of traversing these environments. So yeah, see right there, like the text, there's like lines through it. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but there you go. So yeah, it seems like whoever worked on this definitely is heavily involved in rock climbing, because placing the little stake to kind of keep your position on the wall. is definitely something that's kind of very realistic to the activity itself. There is a stamina meter, and that does kind of become a core mechanic where you'll have to kind of take little breaks. Once the climbing becomes a little more involved. Yeah, this is like legit, like, you know, traversing as you would in real life, if you were kind of this skilled as a rock climber. And like the gripping and movement, like I said earlier, just feels really natural. So it looks like I need to maybe rest to gain some stamina back. Okay. And you have to kind of detach your rope in order to kind of keep progressing. There is like little collectible story bits. I'll kind of save that stuff for you guys to discover. Because yeah, there does seem a bit of intrigue behind the story. I didn't pay too close attention to it because I know this is definitely something I'll want to play all the way through. Because yeah, this is just a really unique kind of experience and just a lot of fun. So yeah, this was the moment that I was like, okay, like this game's gonna be filled with these kind of like these places and locations that just is kind of worth the journey, right? Like looking how far I've come in just this short time. Like it's been what, about 20 minutes of climbing, and like we're already up so high, and like I'm guessing this game is just like a complete kind of vertical trek in a way, because you're always just kind of constantly moving up, and to be kind of up this high in the clouds, I just think is a really cool setting for a game, and yeah, I was really impressed with this demo. It's out on Steam. I'm not too sure if it's on other platforms. I know this is coming to Game Pass, as well as Xbox. I'm not too sure about other platforms, but I think this will definitely be one of those games that I'm definitely looking forward to playing, and I'm glad I got a chance to try the demo. I'm gonna give it a playthrough on my desktop PC to kind of see all the graphical bells and whistles cranked up. Clearly, it's not perfect on the Steam Deck, but I think there's room for improvement. I'm hoping that they can optimize the code a little bit more. I know this is probably an early build, and they say right at the beginning that the demo is not kind of representative of the full product. So I hope there's some room, and I hope they can kind of optimize it for this platform, because I think this would be a great experience to play on the Steam Deck. It works really well with the triggers and buttons and stuff. But yeah, um, that is a look at Jusant, game I'm very interested in and had a blast playing. So yeah, let me know if this game interests you, and thank you again for watching, and until next time, have a good night.